Welcome to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I'm excited to be here, and I just wanted to say that we should always start our day off with a positive. I always do this. I look in the mirror, and I want you guys to start doing this too if you're not doing it already, because most people, they wake up in the morning and they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and they get, I need my coffee before I get going. It's okay if you need your coffee, but I want you to start doing this. I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to give yourself a big smile. I want you to start your day off by saying, today is a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day, and I feel great, and I am great. If you did that about 5 times, you say it again, repeat after me. Today is a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day, and I feel great, and I am great. Even if you're not feeling that way, because we always say in order to be enthusiastic, you have to act enthusiastic. So even if you're not feeling that way, pretty soon you'll start feeling that way. Well, you might say, well, that's kind of crazy. Well, I'd rather be rich and crazy than poor and sane. Right? So it definitely does make a difference. So start your day off with a positive. Today, I am thrilled to say we've done a lot of things about inspiration, but today we are going to focus truly on the most important part of sales, and that's called cold calling. My good friend Dave Hayslop calls it hot calling, but it really is, we're getting out in the field, cold calling. I have been in sales for a very long time, since I was 18 years old, and I shared my story before on previous shows, but to kind of backtrack, I sold encyclopedias door to door for 20 years. Started at the age of 18 years old, so I know all about cold calling. I know what it is to go out and knock on doors. I know what it is to go out and get rejection. I have heard the word no so many times. I've missed so many presentations. I've failed so many times, but I had a lot of success doing it. So I've learned not what to do, and I've learned what to do. I got introduced to this business with Retriever Merchant Solutions, and when I first started, I went out for 2 days of training. They took me out, they went to a couple appointments, they said, this is what you do, go out there and do it. And while this person was training me, I was saying, there's so many different businesses out in this area. Do you contact them? What do you do when you go out there? I mean, we're just hitting like 2 or 3 businesses. We're putting all our eggs in this basket right here, and if we get nothing out of it, we're done for the day. And his response was, yeah, you can go do that if you want. You can go out and cold call. And I'm like, well, what do you say when you cold call? He goes, just tell them you're selling credit card processing and you want to save them money. Well, I tried that, and that didn't work at all. I got all kinds of rejection, and the rejection that I received allowed me to learn what the proper approach is when I'm contacting merchants. So this is me. I sold encyclopedias door to door for 20 years, been in the credit card processing industry for 18 years, lots of cold calling. So tonight, I'm very thankful to say I am going to share the secrets of cold calling. I'm going to share how to cold call. I'm going to share, most important, the mindset of a cold caller. Because when it comes to sales, you guys realize that there is so much psychology that's involved with that. Do you guys realize that you can literally talk yourself out of success? You can drive through an area, and this happens all the time, and you can look at different businesses, and you can be driving through it, and you say, well, that's not a deal. They look like they're busy. I don't want to bother them. I don't do good with that type of business. That's bad timing. And you can just talk yourself out of not even going out there and making it happen. So it's important that you have the right mindset. So that's why I say you have to start your day off by saying it's a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day, and I feel great, and I am great. And as you're driving to the area, you got to get into this mindset of, I'm not out there to convince people. I'm not out there to talk people into what I'm doing. I'm not out there to pressure people. I'm not out there to oversell. What I am doing is I am helping merchants. You got that? I am helping merchants. So you have to say, I'm great at what I do. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. What I do is fantastic. I am going out there to help merchants. Who are going to be the lucky merchants that are going to be blessed with my presence? Now you might say, well, that's a little bit overconfident. It's good to be confident. We don't want to be cocky or arrogant. You want to be confident, but you want to have that mentality. So when you walk into a business or a prospect, whatever you're selling, whoever you're meeting for the very first time, understand the people are buying you. You got that? The people are buying you. So you have to say that. Who are the people buying? They're buying me. Your product could be fantastic. Your service could be amazing. What you do could be absolutely awesome. But if you walk into a business or a potential client and you go, hey, how you doing today? My name is Rich and I'm an executive and I'm out here trying to sell this and would you be interested? What is the response that you're going to get? They're going to say, do you have a card? We're not really interested in what you're doing. We've seen salespeople like you before. But when you walk into a business and you got a big smile upon your face, if you see someone without a smile today, give them one of yours. So when you walk into a business, you got a big smile on your face, you have good eye contact, you have a firm handshake, you're enthusiastic and you're happy, that's what they're meeting. They're buying you. So you walk in, hey, my name's Rich, I'm happy-go-lucky, I'm enthusiastic. All of a sudden, they're going to smile in most cases. And if they don't, if they're negative or they're in a bad mood, no big deal. You move on to the next one because there's plenty of opportunities that are out there. You don't want to let a negative person affect you because I see this happen all the time. They're enthusiastic for the first call, the second call. They're excited that all of a sudden the smile starts going down. And then they're not having a firm handshake. And they've gotten so much rejection and they're defeated. By the time they get to the 20th, it's like, hey, my name's Rich. I know you're not interested. Right? I mean, they feel it, right? So be enthusiastic for every single call. Be excited about what you're doing because the people are buying you. So remember that. You got to get the people to like you. How do you get people to like you? Have a good appearance, have good eye contact, be enthusiastic, just like I was saying, smile, have fun in what you're doing. And once you do that, they like you, and once you've gotten them to like you, they're going to listen to you. And once they start listening to you, they're going to trust you. You got that? Like, listen, trust. If they like you, they're going to listen to you. Because I see this all the time. I walk into businesses, and all of a sudden, they're like this in the beginning. And then as I'm talking and talking and talking, this all of a sudden drops. And now they're at the edge of their table. In the beginning, they may have said, we're not really interested in what you're doing. When you get down to the end and you're writing the merchant up, they're saying, you know what? We were thinking about doing something like this last week. But the thing is, remember, they're buying you. So we're going to cover cold calling today. Break out your notebook. This is exciting. This is going to make you a lot of money and it's going to give you a lot of success. Let's take a short break for these great commercials and I will be right back. I'll see you in a minute.
Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt here from Skinner. Hey, I want you to donate to the Hands and Feet West Side. West Side's the best side. There you go. That's where I was born at. Anyway, hey, listen, they're feeding homeless vets, homeless people, helping people recover. They're a good organization. Don't forget, donate to the Hands and Feet West Side. God bless.
Rock and roll, bro. Please donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation West Side today. This ministry is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. They feed people everyday hot meals. They give away clothes and food, and they also offer a sanctuary and prayer. Donate to the Hands and Feet Foundation on the West Side, Jacksonville, Florida, right there on 103rd Street. God bless you. Tell them American Hearts Radio sent you. We're on a mission for God.
Please visit Hands and Feet Westside, www.facebook.com/handsandfeet.org, or give them a call at 904-465-5083. 904-465-5083.
Hey everybody, go to handsandfeetfoundation.org and support them. Don't forget, support, support, support. For the Son of Man who came to seek and save the lost. Luke 19:10.
Are you ready to increase your credit score? We get results, restore your credit score, lower your interest. Here at Trinity Credit Counsel and Financial Services, you can repair your credit score today. We specialize in identity theft, medical bills, student loans, public records, tax liens, collectors accounts, repossessions, evictions, foreclosure judgments, bankruptcy, and much more. Instagram at Tammy Credit Specialists. You don't have to live with bad credit. We get results. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Establish and maintain good credit. Go to www.elitecredit101.com or text your credit to 678-857-8864. That's right. Just check out Tammy Dennis Arnold. Get your credit repaired. Tell them American Hearts Radio sent you. Also, watch Tammy's web television series, Seeds of Financial Abundance. Only on American Hearts Radio Web TV.
Hi, it's Rich Norton here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Thank you for tuning into our shows. We've had a great response from each and every one of you. And I've had many, many inquiries about applying for a position with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Yes, we do have opportunities. If you're a go-getter, you like meeting people, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have big goals, and you want to be a big success, we're going to teach you, we're going to train you, we're going to help you. Give me a call at 904-434-4635. Rich Norton, Retriever Merchant Solutions, 904-434-4635, and we will help you make your dreams come true.
U.S. Law Shield, protecting the Second Amendment and your rights. That's right, people. Sign up now for a year and get locked in on a fixed rate and get 2 months free when you text American Hearts to 1-281-603-0105 to receive your offer. All attorney fees are covered. 24/7 attorney answered hotline. Civil and criminal trials covered. No caps or reimbursement. U.S. Law Shield. Tell American Hearts Radio sent you. U.S. Law Shield, protecting the Second Amendment and your rights.
Welcome back. I'm excited that you're here, and I'm excited to be sharing my experience with you, because I'm not saying do what I say. I'm saying do exactly what I do. I failed a lot. I want you to learn from my failures, but I want you to learn from my successes. So just like I said, when you first walk into the business, proper mindset, good eye contact, be enthusiastic, talk loud and distinctly, talk slow but not too slow, make sure you have good voice inflection. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I'm going to give you my opener for when I walk into a business, and this is something I've been using for years, and I know and I understand that there are so many different approaches that people use when they walk into a business, but I'm going to tell you, I'm the best at what I do. I'm the best in this business, and I'm proud to say that, and I've learned a lot, so you might as well learn from the best. So I'm going to teach you exactly what I do when I walk into a business. I meet a potential merchant for the very first time. I walk in, I'm not carrying a briefcase, I'm not carrying a notebook. The only thing that they're meeting is me. They're seeing me. So when I walk in, just like I said, I got a big smile upon my face, and I meet my prospect, and I walk in. Hi, my name's Rich. I am from the bank. We're giving away some free money today. So I got them laughing a little bit. I've got their attention. The key is to captivate their attention. Now that works about 99.5% of the time. And while I'm doing that, a lot of times there's a lot of customers that are in and they turn around like, oh, give me some money. So now I got everybody laughing. I brought down that tension just with a little bit of humor, a little bit of laughter. And that really does work. Laughter brings down the tension, but I've got their attention right now. Then I said, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm with Retriever Vantiv WorldPay. We are the direct processing bank for all the major credit cards. We do the Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. I have been finding that everybody in the areas that we're speaking to, they've been complaining about their fees being too high. The biggest complaint that I hear is that their statements make absolutely no sense. In fact, some of the people don't even get a statement anymore, so they have no idea what they're paying. Now, I'm shaking my head up and down looking for a response as I'm saying that. Now, the way we're helping everybody in this area today, we're getting rid of all that, so everybody that we help deals directly with a direct processor, getting their money quicker without having to worry about all these garbage fees and all the hidden fees. So my job is easy because we're getting rid of the middlemen. Do you notice how I'm smiling and I got the good voice inflection? I'm not talking too fast. I'm not giving a pitch. I'm not giving a spiel. I'm having a conversation which I'm in control of. So I've captivated the people's attention. I'm from the bank. We're giving away free money today. No, I'm only kidding. Actually, I'm with Retriever WorldPay. I'll even give them a card. Here's my card. We're the direct bank that does the processing of all the cards. Now I'm going to talk about the pain that people have. I'm going to get them out of the pain. We've been finding that everybody in this area has been complaining like crazy about their fees being too high. Biggest complaint? Their statements make no sense. Some people don't get a statement, so they have no idea why they're paying so high. Now I'm going to get into the solution. The way we're helping everybody in the area today, you notice I said today, is we're getting rid of all that so everybody deals directly with us, getting their money quicker without having to worry about all the junk fees and the hidden fees. So my job's simple because we're getting rid of the middlemen. So that's your approach when you're visiting the merchant for the very first time. Now you're going to ask them, based on the approach that you've given. Now, I can tell by your equipment here that it looks like you're with Merchant Services also. Do they give you a statement every month? No matter what they say, you've already covered the different areas. Yeah, we do get a statement. Well, the biggest complaint, like I said earlier, most people don't understand these statements at all. It's like trying to read a book. There's all kinds of hidden garbage fees as they're going through it. So I'm looking for the merchants that are going to respond and agree with me there. I'm looking for a positive response there where they say, oh yeah, tell me about it. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then I'm going to lead into it. As a matter of fact, if you have a statement, I'll show you how I've been helping merchants in the area. So that's how I lead into it. Now, if they go to get a statement, guess what they're telling me? They are telling me, you know what, Rich? I'm interested in what you're doing. I want to hear more. While you're getting that statement, or if they whip it out right away, I'll look at it, I'll say, oh yeah, you're with such and such company, I've converted a bunch of these, I know exactly what their fees are, and I may point out one little one. Here, see this right here on these monthly fees? That's exactly what I'm talking about. This fee, that fee, that fee. Let me go grab my book out of the car, and I'll show you exactly how I've helped other merchants that have been in the same situation that you're in. So you see, I got them already thinking about converting with us. Now, let's say they don't have a statement. Now, this is where a lot of our representatives balk or they don't know what to do. You got to do the same thing. That's not a big deal at all. Most of the businesses I help out don't get a statement. They have no idea why they're paying so much. Here's what I'll do, and I'm going to ask the merchant at this point. Typical month. What do you find that you're doing in credit card processing on the average in a month? They'll say, well, we're doing about 10,000. Okay, you're with North American Bank Card. My experience with North American Bank Card, other merchants that have had them, they were paying about $300, $350 per month. Does that sound about right? See, I'm shaking my head as I'm saying that. And a lot of times they don't even know. 300, does that sound about right? And sometimes they will. They'll say, yeah, I think we paid like 400. Well, that's exactly, I was kind of going a little bit lower than that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out to my car. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab a book, and I'm going to grab a couple statements to show you so you can see what other merchants are paying with us based on the volume that they're doing. And you're going to see a big difference because a typical representative from another merchant company is going to come in. They're going to look at your statement, see if they can save you a couple bucks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what merchants are with us. And then I'll come and get my book and I'll show them, here's a merchant that did 10 grand, just like what you're doing. You paid over 350, or you said 400. See this merchant right here? Depending on what their average ticket is, you want to make sure that it's going to coincide so you are giving the right rates that they're really going to get. So you'll show that. See, they paid just $165 based on the 10 grand. Now I've got their attention, like, wow, that's like half, less than half of what we're paying. So that's how you're closing merchants. A lot of times people say, well, I keep losing my presentation in the end. Here's the reality. Very rare do you lose a sale in the end. In most cases, you're losing it in the beginning. You are closing merchants when you walk into a business. You are setting the tone. You're the one that's asking questions. You are the one that has the control. Now keep this in mind. The person that's asking the questions is the person that has the control. I'm going to say that again. The person that's asking the questions is the one that's in control. So when you ask a question to a merchant, you're in control. They'll respond. Now let's say a merchant asks you a question. Does that mean that they're in control? Maybe for a split second, but it's all in the way that you handle that. Most representatives or salespeople, when they get an objection or a question from a prospect or a merchant, what ends up happening is they get defensive and they blow it. A merchant asks a question and they're like, wow, I don't know about that, or they get defensive and they don't answer it. Now here's how you want to do that. Whatever objection that they give you, whatever question that the merchant has, this is how you handle it. You know what? I am so glad that you brought that up. What a fantastic question. You see the difference there as opposed to getting defensive with the merchant? Whatever they say, I am so glad that you brought that up. What a great question. Now you're going to get into the solution to what their issue is. And the way you do that is by having a testimony. As a matter of fact, the last 5 merchants that I helped out, they were in the same predicament that you're in, and this is exactly what we did for these merchants. And you go through it step by step, exactly what you've done. Now, the person that asks the questions is the one that's in control. So what I'm going to do now, guess what? I'm going to ask them the question, does that make sense to you? Or whatever your question may be. Can you see how beneficial that is to our merchants? Can you see dealing with a direct processor, how much better that is? Just by doing that, I got a question. I didn't get defensive. I said, I'm glad you brought that up. What a fantastic question. I gave a testimony. I came back with another question. I'm the one that's in control. And that's what you're doing all the way throughout your presentation. So backtracking a little bit, cold calling is the key. While you're out there in the field, remember, every door matters. Do not be a prophet. You know what I mean by that? A prophet is someone that thinks they know what's behind every door. I'm going to say this to you, and many of our representatives have heard this, and I've said this a million times. The door you miss is the door you write. The door you miss is the door you write. This has happened to many of our representatives, including myself, many times. Driving down the road, I look at a business and I bypass it. And then in my head, I go, Rich, you keep telling everybody, the door you miss is the door you write. Or I may have prejudged a business. I'll say, yeah, that business don't look too good at all. I'm not going to hit that one. Or that's too big, or there's too many cars in there. They look busy. And then I say, the door you miss is the door you write. I turn around, I go back into that business, and I go right up that merchant. That has happened so many times, and I know I'm hearing all kinds of amens from our representatives all around the country that says, Rich, man, you're so right. It's happened to me so many times. So don't prejudge. Hit every single door. This is a numbers game. The beauty part about what we do, as opposed to someone that's just counting on 3 leads a day, they got 3 leads and that's all they have, and they have to do whatever they can with their 3 leads. When you are a cold caller, you control your own destiny. Do you realize that you can go anywhere USA, not count on anyone except yourself, and make money just by mastering the art of cold calling? That's what our goal is for you. And that's what we're trying to accomplish with you, where you can wake up in the morning instead of saying, I'm not a good cold caller. I've never been a good cold caller. I'm just not good at cold calling. If you say that, guess what's going to happen? You're not a good cold caller. Whatever you say, whatever the mind believes, that's exactly what's going to happen. But if you say, you know what, I'm learning how to be a great cold caller. I'm learning from the master. I'm learning from the best people. I'm going to be a great cold caller. As a matter of fact, I'm an amazing cold caller. I'm a fantastic cold caller. And by doing that, you can go anywhere USA. That's so exciting to me that I can get up in the morning and say, where am I going today? I'm going to this area, and I'm going to contact as many merchants as I possibly can. It might be 5, it might be 1, it might be 10, it might be 15, it might be 25, but someone out there is going to be blessed with the service that I have, because I am a fantastic cold caller. Are you feeling that? Do you believe that? Because if you do that, that's exactly what's going to happen. So while you're out there, this is important too, because not every time are you going to find a merchant that is there, or they may not be available. So this is what you're doing. You're setting up your pipeline at the same time. You walk into a business, you give your opener. The owner may not be there. Here's what I do. If you guys don't have this, this is our little postcard that I give, and it says, are you paying too much for your credit card processing? It has our cards, got everything on there. Little background about what we do. I'll leave this with the merchant, and I'll leave them my business card, and I'll say, look, tell the owner, whatever their name is, that I stopped by. I'm helping out a whole bunch of other merchants in the area. Let him or her know that I'll follow up with a phone call and try to squeeze him or her in for the appointment. So that's what you're doing. Now let's say you may find a merchant, for example, that is not there, or you caught him at a bad time, for example. That happens a lot. You walk into a business, it's an auto repair place, and they're busy. And they say, you know what, Rich, I'm really tied up right now. I'd love to talk to you, but I can't talk to you right now. You don't want to say, don't be the typical salesperson that says, okay, what time can I stop by? I'll meet you. What time? You got to be real cool about that. Say, that's no problem. I got a few other businesses that I'm going to be helping out in the area. Here's my card. I'm free a little bit later. As you can imagine, I'm kind of busy with what I'm doing. I could probably squeeze you in maybe a little bit later towards the day. What time would be better for you? So I'm doing the which pitch. Which time would be better for you if I have a chance to swing by? You see what I'm talking about? I'm giving and I'm taking. If I have a chance to swing by, what would be the best time? Well, come by around 2 o'clock. Okay, I can't promise you because I'm so busy helping out merchants, but I should be able to swing back. Do me a favor, set aside a statement. I've been doing this for a while. I'm right to the point. I know I'm going to be able to help you, and if I don't stop by, it doesn't mean I didn't like you. It just meant I got caught up helping a couple other businesses. Now, you know in your heart and in your mind, if that's a wonderful top prospect, you're going back, right? As a matter of fact, you're going to write it in your book, whatever the name of the business is, Smith Auto Repair, star, 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 circle, 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 circle. You're going back to that merchant, no question about it. So hit as many of those as you possibly can. Now, there may be other times where you may find merchants that are not available that day. And I'm going to close it up by just saying this. And I could spend shows and shows and shows just covering this. But what you'll do is call back the merchant the next day. You left your card, or call them up later in the day and say, hey, Joe, this is Rich Norton. I stopped by. I'm from Retriever. We're part of the direct processing, Vantive, #1 processor in the whole world. I'm helping several merchants in the area. I didn't want to leave you out, okay? I'm going to be back in the area on Thursday. What would be a better time? Morning or afternoon if I can squeeze you in? I could be available at 2 o'clock. Okay, I should be able to swing by, set aside a statement, and I'll get right to the point with you. So you're setting up appointments down the road as well. So again, to summarize everything, it's a numbers game. That's what it's all about. It's a numbers game. If you can master the art of cold calling, you have freedom. You can have whatever you want in life. Just numbers game. Just go out and make it happen. Keep improving. Keep working on it. Find the people that are in life where you want to be and emulate them and do exactly what they do. So it's awesome to be here with you. I'm so privileged and blessed to be able to share all this with you. I'm available. We have great opportunities here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. Remember, today is God's gift to you. What you do with this day is your gift back to Him. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. God bless. I'll see you soon.